All right, this next pose is where your belt might come in handy. So have it nearby if you need it. We're going to again take that left arm and turn it out like we did before. And we're going to reach out and up just like before. Stretch up, and then you're just going to try to pat yourself on your back. So if you start, you might be reaching to your opposite shoulder, then to the center, and you're going to eventually try to touch your same hand to your same shoulder blade. Grab hold of your arm and turn it like we did before so that tricep faces to the front. Stretch out and up. And then you're going to take the opposite arm and you're going to turn the palm back and reach back and see if you can touch your hands. If you can't touch your hands, that's where you hold the belt or a towel, or just grab hold of your shirt is fine, your t-shirt. So with the top arm, we're bringing the arm in close to the head and up. And the bottom arm, we want to just roll it back any amount. So we're doing all of this underneath a pain threshold. We don't ever want to feel pain in the front of the joint, anywhere in the joint. Just stretch. Nice deep breath. Now from here, we're just going to do a little side bend. And then we're going to mobilize the neck. So keep your arms in this position and just turn your head. And then side bend the neck. Come through the center, take a breath. Release on the exhalation. Roll the shoulders again. All right. Right arm turns out, goes up, pats the opposite shoulder, the center of your back, and then the same shoulder blade. Take your other hand, turn your arm so that the tricep faces forward, stretch out and up. And then free this hand, palm faces back, it reaches onto your back. I should have shown you this from the back view. So there it is. You might get there, you might not. Grab your shirt if you can, or your towel, or your yoga belt. Bring that elbow in close, up high. Stretch up, down into those mountain pose feet. Side bend a little bit from that mid and upper back, just like we did with our hand there at the ribs. And then release the neck by looking side. And then side bending a little bit. Take another breath. Release on the exhalation. Roll your shoulders. And always, we come back. Mountain pose is like home base, right? So we always come back to that just erect posture, open heart, open chest, open breath. And if we stood like this all the time, we really wouldn't need many other poses. So what we're going to do next is called downward dog pose. So we're going to, it's Adho Mukha Svanasana in Sanskrit. So we're going to bring our bodies down. And when you get down here, you're going to put your hands right beside your chest. So I just think about the thumb kind of being right near, it's right near my tank top actually, but it's just a little bit below the armpit. Then I turn the toes under onto the ground. So from there, I come to all fours. And for most of us, our hands will be a little bit ahead of our shoulders. So in this position, we're going to turn our arms again so that those triceps face back and the bicep faces forward, just like we've done before. We're going to pound our paws and spread our claws. And then take the hips up and back. As you press your hands down into the ground, lift your hips up into the air. And when you exhale, just lower your heels down any amount towards the floor. Keep that weight even on the inner foot and the outer foot like we did before. So from here, we're going to come back to all fours. And this is where you might want to put the blanket under your knees, but if you don't have a blanket, just double your mat. And we're going to bring the right leg forward into what's called a low lunge position. So from here, I've just looked back. My leg is straight in the back. I'm pushing that shin down into the ground. As soon as I push it down, I get a little stretch in the front thigh. This is a sequence for your upper back, but the legs are connected to the spine. So we've got to stretch the hips. Press into that back shin. Press into your front heel. Now again, hands on the pelvis and lift the spine up. We're going to turn our arms like we've already learned and stretch up. On the exhale, we're going to release down, place the hands, turn the toe under onto the mat, and step back to downward dog. From downward dog, we're going to switch sides. So we're going to put the right leg down, left foot comes forward. I'm going to press down into my back shin and down into the front heel. Automatically, I feel stretch in the front of this trail leg hip. Lengthen the spine. Use the arms to further lengthen the spine. Breathe. Take a big breath. When you exhale, we're going to change sides again. So we're going to go back to downward dog. Press down into your hands, up into your hips. Stretch your knees straight, heels down. Keep working on turning your tricep down towards the floor and the bicep towards the ceiling. So we're going to place that left leg down again. Right foot's going to come forward. Anchor into that back shin. Anchor into the front foot. Create length. This time we're going to take your left elbow to your right knee and do a twist. Hands come into prayer position. Anchor into your shin again. Pull your breastbone forward. Inhale, wait, and exhale, turn. Inhale, make length by lifting your breastbone forward. Remember the string on the crown of the head, and exhale to turn. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Take another breath. On the exhale, we're going all the way to downward facing dog. On the inhales, change legs. So that left leg comes forward, right knee down. Anchor the back shin, anchor the front heel. Long spine, traction up. On the exhale, right elbow comes to left knee. Anchor to the back shin, breastbone forward. Exhale and twist. Inhale, wait. Exhale, turn. Shoulders released away from the ears. Take another breath. We're going to exhale back to down dog. Bound your paws and spread your claws. Move your hips up and back. Relax your head so your ears end up right between your arms. From here, we're going to go ahead and move our blanket to the side. And I'm going to turn my mat sideways just so you can see me. But you don't have to. And then we're going to do what's called bridge pose, or in Sanskrit it's called Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So we're just going to line our backs and take a moment here to just line up your hips, knees, and feet. Take a breath. This is a good time to just settle from the yoga we've already done. And now when we take our next breath, we're going to press our hips up. So wait for the inhalation. And then on the exhalation, stretch your hips up. Press evenly into the feet like we practiced in mountain pose. And then you're going to turn your arm bones just like we've been practicing. So we're going to turn the arm bones out. Backs of the hands now face up. Think about eagle pose and upward hands, all those things we did. Anchor into your feet. Let the back of the neck stretch and relax. One more breath. And then we're going to exhale and roll down. We're going to do the pose again. Take a breath. Exhale, stretch your hips up. Balanced on the feet, roll the shoulders under again. Eyes relaxed. Another big, long, smooth breath. And exhale, come down. So next we're going to do relaxation pose, and you can just stretch out flat on your back for that. It's really important not to skip relaxation pose. If you do have a blanket, it's nice to fold it in a narrow fold so it can be under your spine. And that way, since we're working on upper back and neck and shoulders, when you lie back, you can be as close as is comfortable. I like to have a little space, about a hand's width space between me and the blanket. When you come back, you can kind of reinforce everything we did. So we're going to just roll the shoulder blades onto the back. And I'll just lengthen my tail so my back doesn't feel too overarched. And then when I let my legs go out and my arms go out, I have this nice open shape. So this feels very nice. If it's not comfortable, make it comfortable. And you can stay here for really as long as you have. Even if you have 1 minute's good, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 10, 15, it's important to rest. And when we do Shavasana, we don't even work with the breath, just completely let it be soft and relaxed.